of Generation Y or X or Centennials, I don't know.
Millennials.
But we've seen an awful lot of literature that has tried to homogenize these groups and give general characteristics of each group and say they're all like this or that. Well, unless you were all like all of the people that you knew in your own age cohort, that's not really the case either. They do, however, come with different levels of knowledge, technical ability, frameworks for thinking about the world. Those are the real important questions. And ultimately, should we be trying to be all things to all people? And is that itself one of the dangers that we face in this new world? I'm going to ask you, and I'm sure there are curators, educators, and many different kinds of museum workers here in this audience, but how has the role of collections changed? Has it? Is our desire to make our exhibitions richer, more intriguing, more varied, is that somehow changing how we think about real objects? Are we valuing our artifacts less and our special effects more these days? Do dramatic uses of video and interactive technology, are they something that should take up that much more floor space? Do they exclude or complement those objects and artifacts that are sacred to us? In a world of hands-on learning, how do we safeguard our core collections? What does this mean to your job? What does this mean to curators? What does this mean to educators? Have their roles diminished? How have they changed? Are they at opposite ends of the spectrum, or in many ways have they grown closer together? This is very, very important in the way in which we operate. And I'm going to take one more subtle question. We have long taken pride in our intellectual integrity. We just heard that the public trusts museums. We've heard that in a number of studies, including those that cited in Indiana, but also that AAM has undertaken and many others. So, what happens when we listen more and involve more the voice of the audience? Are we watering down our authority? Are we watering down our history or science or aesthetic understanding when we're trying to somehow connect scholarship to contemporary life? What do we know about what people learn from us, and how do they learn from us? When we ask the audience for their opinion or for their input, are we somehow succumbing to popular opinion? Oh, we're just going to do whatever the market says we're going to do, and somehow or other we've lost a level of expertise? Does stepping outside of our walls and into the community actually change our mission? I think these are critical questions to ask, because I believe in our integrity and do not feel that this is something that we need to lose, but we do need to understand the processes through which we communicate and what people are likely to learn in our galleries. And I'm going to mention a publication to you that has not been widely shared outside of the science museum community. But the National Academies of Science have published a book recently called Learning Science in Informal Environments. It is much the subject of the recent edition of Curator. What they have done for the very, very first time is take a publication with the imprimatur of the National Science Foundation and the National Academies of Science. They reviewed literature on learning over the last several years, literature grounded in research, literature grounded in core evaluation, and they have said, yes, learning in informal settings is legitimate, it is different, it is powerful, and it is highly productive and complementary to formal learning. And I say this and recommend it simply because the arguments that they use in talking about science are applicable to many different disciplines. And we have an authoritative journal that says, an authoritative publication that says this learning that we all believe in really has the backing of the scientific field. That's a rather important statement. And I think it is one that is useful to build on.